Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube. Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and I'm so excited. Today is the third installment in my Shop My Stash series in collaboration with my friend Chip from Moment with Chip. Chip is amazing. I love her so much. Please go check out her channel. It will be linked in the cards above and in the description box down below. She will be plastered all over my page, and I definitely want you to go check her out and subscribe to her, show her some love, let her know I sent you. She deserves it and more. We are doing this week a little bit differently. So for the past two installments, we did the same palette. For this one, however, we decided to do a poll, and we put it up on our community tabs, and you guys got to vote for the palette of the week. So we are doing different palettes. So she chose 3 palettes, put it up as a poll on her thing. I chose 3 palettes, put it up as a poll on my community tab, and you guys voted. And the ideas that I got for the 3 palettes that were options was from Dee Dee, my friend and subscriber. So thank you, Dee Dee, so much for suggesting these. If you guys have any suggestions, you can put them in the comment section for future installments, and I will take a look and see if I own those palettes, and if I do, then I will put up another poll maybe so that you guys can choose. But today's winner for me, and you'll have to go watch Chip's channel to find out which one on her page, but I got the Violet Voss Rainbow palette. So I'm so excited because I think it was my friend Michelle who, not Michelle from my makeup group that I'm in, although I love her too, but my other friend Michelle, she, I think a long time ago, had asked me if I owned this palette and could I do a look with it, because she owned it and wasn't sure how to use it. So I am going to do a look with this today. Now this is an all shimmer palette. I do have one shade that is slightly broken. That's the shade Flamingo. I still have hair color on my nails. They're permanently stained, I'm convinced, but this is the palette right here. So we're gonna do a look with this. I bought this palette, to be honest, for this shade right here. So we're gonna use this shade because I'm gonna swatch it for you. This is one of the most amazing teal shades that I have ever owned in my life. Was it this one, or was it? Yeah. And then there's also Seafoam. These 2 colors are just stunning, and when I saw them I was like, yes. And I do love Violet Voss. I love their formula, and I have pretty much every palette they've ever come out with. So I'm so excited that I get to pull this out of my stash and actually get some use out of it. It's been a long time. I don't even know that I've used this on my channel, to be honest with you. So I'm not sure, but in conjunction with using older palettes, Chip and I are also pulling out older products. So I'm going to actually use the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in the shade Milk today as my eyeshadow base. I don't know why I always turn the mirror the wrong way. And this is why I stopped using it, because it is much stiffer than my my other bases that I use. But I mean, it does start to warm up, and it's not that I don't like it. I do. A white base is a white base for the most part, but I just prefer something more emollient that goes on more easily. Although now that it's like warming up on my skin, I feel like it's working a little bit better. So, but I decided to go into this because it's been a long time since I've used this as my eyeshadow base. And at some point in a video, I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Drug Lord liquid lipstick as my eyeshadow base, because I saw Chip doing that and I was like, why have I never done that? I own Drug Lord, and I half the time don't know what to do with it because I don't want to necessarily use a you know, white liquid lipstick on my lips. So I'm like, I'm gonna try that. So she uses it to cut the crease and as her base for like colorful eyeshadows. So I'm definitely gonna use that. So this definitely doesn't cover my lids as well as some of my other ones, but I used to love the NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil. So I'm also going to put on some primer really quick. This is the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, and you can tell I have used quite a bit of it, but it has been months since I've actually used this. And I would say that this is not, it smells good. It smells like coconut. I would not consider this a primer personally. I would consider this unless you have really dry skin, but I would consider this a moisturizer, because for me, all it does is moisturize my skin. It doesn't make my skin tacky. It doesn't make my foundation last any longer. It doesn't hide any pores. It does make your foundation go on smoothly if you have like dry skin. You know, it definitely hydrates and does that. So if you want it as like a really expensive moisturizer, then, you know, because this stuff was like $40 some. So I like using it as a moisturizer, but I would not repurchase it. That's just me. Okay, so we're gonna go into this palette. No idea what I want to do, per usual. I think I'm gonna take the shade Pearl first, which is the white shade. It looks like a white in the pan, but has kind of like a little bit of a shift, like a golden green shift. And I'm just gonna use that as my brow bone highlight. It's really pretty. The shades in this palette are really, really pretty, and I personally don't mind doing an all shimmer look. I cannot wait to see which palette. I honestly did not go check before I started filming to see which palette was winning on Chip's page, because I wanted to be surprised. So I'm not going to check, and I'm gonna try not to check at all. Like, I'm gonna try to just see if I can, you know, if I can wait it out and then watch our video when it goes up and have it be a complete surprise. But I do know what the choices are because I voted. So we'll see if my vote won. And I will put a comment in Chip's comment section, and you guys can go over there and check it out and see if the palette that I wanted to win won. Okay, so I like that. Now that's really beautiful, and it just has like this like luminescent shift. Like, I love it. And like I said, I don't mind all shimmer looks whatsoever. I have done all shimmer looks many times before. I love doing all shimmer looks with Classy Cake Cosmetics. So yeah, I don't mind doing it. I am going to take some glitter glue and I'm going to put that over the rest of my lid. Still don't know what I'm gonna do. Part of me wants to do a pink and blue look. My friend Ann Morrison did a beautiful look. It was like a pink and like kind of greeny blue look, and I don't know, it just inspired me. So I was thinking about doing that because I normally don't do those shades, but part of me also just wants to, I don't know. I'm gonna go into the shade Seafoam first, which is the more green toned one, this one here, and then we'll probably work out of Fiji. So I'm gonna put this into the crease. Shimmer in the crease. Shimmer, shimmer in the crease. I don't know why I'm singing my own lyrics to a song that doesn't exist. But yeah, this palette does have a lot of fallout, but that's because they're really foiled metallic-y shimmers. So I would expect that from this kind of shadow. But I really have no clue what we're doing. We're just building this up. So yeah, so Chip and I decided to do this series because we don't want to be the type of channels that only do videos with like brand new products. Because, you know, so many brands release so many new things. Like, for instance, what do you guys think about this? So I cannot believe that Anastasia Beverly Hills is already releasing the second Norvina palette. Not saying I'm not gonna get it, but I'm just saying, like, I cannot believe, now I'm going into Fiji, that they are literally releasing the volume 2 only like weeks after volume 1. It makes me mad, actually. And I think it takes the fun out of, like, you know, having to like wait for the second release. Like, because the first one was such, I don't know, that palette, I can't stress enough how much I love it. I'm going to be doing a like 3 looks 1 palette with it, but I can't stress how much I love it. I just think it's something special. You know what I mean? Like, I think they did a really good job with it. It was very well curated. From what I've seen from the new one, I don't think it's as well thought out as the first one. It's still beautiful. I just don't think that it's as well thought out. And it just makes me mad, like, because I feel like they should have waited like months in between at least before they just up and release the next one. You know what's interesting is it's been a while since I've used this palette, like I said, and it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I have used so many indie brands recently. I mean, Voss technically is an indie brand, but I've used so many other brands lately that just kind of blow this formula out of the water for me. Like Menagerie Cosmetics and what else? Ace Beauté, Peachy Queen, like all of these, you know, brands just make amazing shimmer formulas, and it's amazing to use these older palettes because you realize like how not so amazing these palettes actually are when you compare them to the newer formulas. So, I mean, they're amazing, but just not as amazing. I'm going to do something weird, and I'm going to go into the shade Buttercup, which is this yellow here. By the way, speaking of Peachy Queen, I just wanted to give Debbie Knoblauch a shout out because I'm so proud of her. She bought the Peachy Queen bundle. I will link her video up here. And she did a look with one of the palettes, and she showed all the palettes in her video. And Peachy Queen actually reached out to her and gave her a discount code, like an affiliate code. And I'm so proud of her because she deserves it. She works so hard. She does such an amazing job with her channel, and I'm just so proud of her because for, you know, us smaller channels, like that's a real accomplishment to have a brand recognize your hard work and, you know, that you are supporting them. Like, it's nice that they recognize that you're supporting them and that they want to in turn support you back. So Debbie's code is in all caps DEBUTAWN, and I will have it linked below. If you guys were planning on ordering anything from Peachy Queen, please use her code because I just think it's amazing and I am so proud of her. So congratulations, Debbie, and I love you. I just had to say that. So I really like the way that this yellow is looking. When I put it over that green, it kind of just turned it into like a lime green versus like the seafoam green and then yellow. So I kind of like it. So now we're going to go into the shade Royal, which is this dark blue shade here, and we're going to see how that looks in the outer V. This eyeshadow seems to be a little bit hardly pressed, but I think I picked up enough. And we'll see if we can deepen up the outer V with this a little bit. If not, I can go into the black shade. I like that about this palette. I like that it has like a duochrome white and then it has a sparkly black. The sparkles in the black are pretty much just so that the black will be a little bit easier to blend. And I think other than that, the black is pretty much like a matte black shade. But this is deepening up, but it's not looking blue. So I think I'm just gonna go in with the shade Eclipse, which is the matte black with a little bit of sparkle, because I really want it to be deep on the outer. This is definitely not where I thought this look was gonna go when I first started, but I'm really, really liking it. I've been, as I've mentioned probably 5,000 times now, but I have been really trying to do different color combinations that I'm not used to doing. just so that, because I felt like I had like my go-to colors and my go-to combinations, and you know, after a while it's like, okay, same eye look, same eye look, same eye look. So I really wanted to do something different, and I feel like I've been doing that lately, which I like. These wipes are actually in the Shop My Stash as well. I got these at Rite Aid, and they are just pre-moistened cloths, makeup remover wipes. But if you see these at Rite Aid, they're $1. They work pretty much just as well as the Neutrogena ones. You don't have to like pull and tug to get the makeup off, so I really like them. So this is where we're at. I'm just going to remove all this mess, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the rest of my face. Alright, so we are back. So I'm going to use a new sponge, and this sponge, even though this is a Shop My Stash series, we're using a new sponge. So this is from AOA Studio, and it is the Microfiber Wonder Blender. And my amazing friend Arielle from the channel Always Arielle sent this to me because she saw my video about the cloud sponges and the microfiber sponges from Juno & Co. And she was like, you need to try this one because it is just like it, but it's like $1. So thank you so much, Arielle. I'm so excited to try this. I love trying new sponges. It is like my thing, and I love that it's purple because it's my favorite color. So I'm gonna put my foundation on with it today. So I used to mix my foundations every single time. Lately, I haven't been. I don't know why. But I'm gonna mix the Lancome Regenery Lift Makeup and the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Matte together. So but yeah, definitely go check out Arielle's channel. Like I said, she will be linked in the cards or in the description box below. She is so sweet and has an amazing channel. So, and then I'm gonna mix a little bit of this. I love this Lancome foundation, or at least I used to. I don't know, I haven't used it in like a year, but I used to love this foundation so much. And it just always gave me like a flawless like finish. Oh my gosh, this is just like the Juno & Co sponge. I mean, the Juno & Co sponge isn't expensive per se, but it's, I mean, it's like $5 or $6. So $1 compared to that. And I just love these microfiber sponges because they give you like full coverage. Like they don't absorb the product the way that other sponges do. But this seems to be working even better than that sponge, and I'm not just saying that because my friend gave it to me. I'm being honest. Like this one from AOA seems to be working even better than, I got some of my eyeshadow. Apparently I didn't wipe it all the way. But yeah, this seems to be working even better than the Juno & Co. So I'm definitely gonna have to pick up more of these. Thank you so much, Arielle. I just love different sponges, but I love it when I find that sponge that I really, really love. And this is definitely my favorite. And I've heard really good things about AOA Studio sponges, like even just the regular blender sponges. I've heard really good things about. I saw it on someone's channel. I want to say Shannon Moody, I believe. I'll link, anyone I talk about will be linked either below or in the description box, or that's the description box, the cards, but I can only put 5 cards. So if I remember, I'll put Shannon's channel in the, if that's who I saw it on. But anyhow, so yeah, I love this. Like it literally gave me non-cakey, flawless application. So thank you again. Thank you so much, Arielle. That is amazing. Wow. That is, and it's so soft. Like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now we're going to use concealer. So I have not used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer in forever. And the reason why I had stopped using it was because they stopped making it in, well, they made, the shade that they made for my skin tone was not light enough, and because I like my concealer to be like brightening, and it was like, it wasn't even not light enough for brightening. It was like my under eyes would always be darker than the rest of my face. I like the formula of this concealer. The only thing I don't like is that so little comes out on the thing, and so it's like I have to dip a million times back into the product, and I don't use as much concealer as some people do, so I can't even imagine how many times somebody would have to dip in if they, you know, if they use a lot of concealer. But I do think that it works really well. Not happy with Wet n Wild at the moment. Speaking of which, brands I'm not happy with. No, the other two options for tonight were the Kat Von D Movida Loca palette and the Morphe 35B palette. So in the future, they might be in another pull, but I just wanted to let you guys know, like, I do not support Kat Von D's views whatsoever. Like, I'm not okay with any of that. But I do own a lot of Kat Von D products, and I'm not going to just waste my money and throw them away, if that makes sense. So if you do see, you know, her stuff on my channel, it's because I mean, I did like it at one point, and I bought it, and I love it, and I'm just not going to throw it away. So I'm not going to buy any more necessarily, but I am going to use up what I have. So we are going to go into the Coty Airspun powder. This one I actually got from my friend Crystal, so thank you so much, Crystal. I love Crystal so much. I will link her Instagram down below. And she sent me a couple of these, actually. I used to use this all the time. I love this powder. I think that this will always somehow in my heart be like my #1 powder, because I just love it. But if you're sensitive to smell, do not buy it, because it does have a very strong perfume smell. But honestly, I personally would buy the perfume itself if they made a perfume that smelled like it, because I think it smells good. Some people think it smells grandma-y. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it smells good. But regardless, Crystal sent me 2 of these, and I had just used up, I know, right? Like, this is a huge jar. You get like the most amount of product ever in a powder for only like $5 or something like that. It says 65 grams. My like Maybelline or my peach powder is only like 9 grams. My Jeffree Star is like even less than that. So it's a lot of product for especially for the price. I really want to try, they have a new highlighter by Coty Airspun that I want to try. The only problem is this powder gets everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I'm just gonna add more because I have it all over me. So I feel like I always get powder all over me when I use it, but it keeps me matte all day. So if you don't mind the smell, I highly recommend it. And this sponge, I just realized that I used the same sponge. This is what I normally do to put on the powder, and it applied the powder amazingly too. So it applies powder and liquid products amazing. Okay, so for my bronzer, I'm going to use the Color Icon bronzer from Wet n Wild in the shade, I have no idea. Oh boy. Oh, Bikini Contest. So this was in the old packaging. It was one of the old bronzers. I don't know if they're still selling these, but I do like them. I like Wet n Wild face products. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer Shop My Stash because I'm including not just the palette, but like a lot more products, because I don't just have excess eyeshadow palettes that I need to start using. So, okay. And then I picked out a lipstick too. And I have a highlighter to use, which Arielle also sent me. She sent me an Amuse highlighter duo. So I'm going to use that, even though it's not an older one. But Chip and I decided not everything had to be like older. You know what I mean? Like as many products as we can, but we're not going to have a full face every time because like I don't have as many bronzers and highlighters as I do eyeshadow palettes. So I am loving this color combination on my eyes, by the way. I cannot even express that enough. I'm surprised because, like I said, this is not the look that I necessarily expected to get, but I love it. I don't have any older mascaras because I don't hold on to old mascaras. I get rid of them after a month and a half. So, and the only reason why my brows are so dark is because I ran out of my e.l.f. brow pencil. I actually need to go today and get a new one. And I found the remnants of like another one that I had where I had apparently bought the darkest shade possible. So I'm going to my Makeup Geek liner in Plumeria. It's a beautiful like burgundy red shade. I bought the entire set of Makeup Geek eyeliners and I have not been using them like I should. So I thought I'd pull one of these out today. I use the shade Obsidian, which is the black shade, all the time, but that's pretty much the only one that I use like very frequently. So I want to go in there with the shade Indigo, which is the brighter of the two purples. And I think I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. Let me know down below if you guys do all shimmer looks, or if you are the type of person that has to have a matte in your eye look. I just went wonky again. Because like I said, I don't mind at all doing all shimmer looks. That is so beautiful. Wow. I'm going to have to remember this because I often like to put purple on the lower lash line, but I feel like sometimes it's hard to get the purple to really stand out. And this purple has no problem standing out. So I got some of the black eyeshadow into the, see, that's the problem. So that is the mixture of the black eyeshadow and the white eyeshadow because I accidentally got some in the pan. So now I'm gonna have to, oh my gosh, now it's turned it into that shade, which is beautiful, but that's not the shade I wanted. That's so funny. I think that that's what it's meant to be, though, is kind of like a transformer shade. So, I don't know. We're going to go with it. I'm just going to take some of that and I'm going to put that in the inner corner. And if it's a little bit more greenish, that's all right. That's so pretty. I just love lightening up my inner corner because I think it really opens up the eyes. I am loving this look, I have to say. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Because I like it. And when I look at this palette, I would not expect necessarily this kind of a look to come out of it. So that excites me. Woo. Almost dropped my Jeffree Star mirror. Did anybody see that new Jeffree Star mirrors came out last week? I did not buy one. I know, right? Crazy. I am so mad right now. Not mad, Matt. I didn't buy one. I don't know why. I just kind of changed my mind. I was like, you know, I have them in like every color. I almost bought the orange one and I almost bought the purple chrome one because the orange chrome one would have been really cool for Halloween. But I still have the orange one that came out in the summer collection. I'm using the shade Flamingo as a blush and it's really pretty. But yeah, I used the, I have the orange one from the summer collection and then I have my black Jeffree Star mirror and both of those are good for Halloween. And purple chrome, that was harder to not get because this is the Amuse highlighter And I'm just going to use I'm going to show this more in a video, like a first impressions, and you'll see it more in that one, but I want to use it today because it's now one of my favorite highlighters, but it doesn't technically count as like a Shop My Stash, so I'm like hiding it. So this is my MAC Fix Plus Pink Light. So this is the sparkly one. What happened to the bowl? I swear I shook it earlier and there was a bowl. I don't know. Anyhow, so this is the sparkly one. This is my favorite MAC Fix Plus, and I own a bunch of MAC Fix Pluses, but I have not used MAC Fix Plus lately. So this, wow, that's stunning. So this is a Muse highlighter, and it is in the shade just this highlighter duo. Okay. Yeah, so it has two shades. One is more like a rose gold, one is like kind of a bronzy one. Like I said, you will see the full scoop on this in a recent or an upcoming video. I cannot think of my words. Where I just talk about this and like some other new products. So I'm not going to ruin the surprise on it, but Arielle sent that to me as well. So thank you so much, Arielle. I love this. This is going to be seriously one of my new favorite highlighters. I wonder if they have other shades. I'm gonna have to go check out Shop My Stash because I honestly have never shopped there before. So I'm gonna have to go get some more sponges, and I'm gonna have to go get some more highlighters because that is so pretty. It's like, it doesn't emphasize texture either, which almost every highlighter I've ever tried does. So that is amazing. I'm going to go into the shade Molly from ColourPop. This used to be one of my favorite shades. It's like a mauve-y pink, and if you have not checked out my lipstick challenge and giveaway with Debbie Knoblauch, all that information is always linked below in the description box, so do that. This is such a gorgeous color. I actually wonder if they still sell it, because if they did, the old me is like, I need to back up. My lip went wonky there. I was like, okay, I don't know. I did not put that on straight. So this is the final look with my rainbow palette from Violet Voss. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you expected this look from this eyeshadow palette. I really love this color combination. I think it looks really stunning, and I'm so glad that I finally got to play with this. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions for any future Shop My Stashes. And Arielle, thank you so much for the sponge and for the highlighter duo. I absolutely love both of them. They're amazing. And Chip, thank you so much for doing this series with me. I love this series so much. It means so much to me. She means so much to me. And it just means so much to me that we are promoting, pulling out stuff in your collection that you already have instead of feeling like you always have to buy the latest and the greatest new thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a little bit long, but I used a lot of products today. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I love you.